Welcome to the Manticore Media Podcast. My name is Michael Navarro. I'm your host. Joining me again today,
JC.
Thanks for coming back.
Absolutely.
I didn't
Anytime.
expect you to be back this soon.
No?
But I'm glad you are.
I am too. I'm glad to be here.
Especially with today, because we're going to be talking about sports.
Or I'm going to be talking about the Astros most
You're
of the
talking
time.
Astros, okay.
So, man, that's...
And I bet our audience did not expect us to talk about sports after talking about TV. And
we're a very eclectic group of friends we've got.
we are. Our next episode, we're going to talk about... you want to tell them?
What are we going to... I don't know.
We're going to talk about ukulele legends.
Oh. It's the first time hearing of the ukulele legends.
No, that's a joke. I don't know what we're talking about next time.
I don't know.
If
I
you're
haven't got those notes
are you going to
yet.
be back?
It's up to you,
Well,
really.
Maybe you make a suggestion on what we talk about
I
next
will.
time.
I'll think about it.
Good. What's been going on?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Been trying to catch up on my sports for you for doing this. And, you know, I only care about Houston sports, so it's kind of hard for me to go into anything else. But I can definitely talk about Houston sports.
The good news is there's football every weekend for the rest of the year.
I'm super stoked about that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're from Texas. It's Texas town football. We live and breathe.
You watching college?
I mean, again, Texas. I mean, I like to watch UT. I like to watch A&M, Texas Tech. You know, I mean, I watch our Texas teams.
No Cougars?
When they're on, I don't watch it.
I don't even know what channel they come on anymore. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's start. Let's get some picks. Why don't we go through the baseball season, figure out what we think is going to happen.
All right. There's probably could be some disagreements in this.
I don't know. It's kind of pretty clear cut this year.
I don't know.
Let's see. So you watched the World Series, right?
Yeah. I watched it. Yeah.
I got to go to Game 3.
I heard.
Yeah. Did you see my pictures?
Jealous. I did.
I got on Channel 2 News.
I know.
Yeah, I had a Ric Flair robe on and had me a little
little
homemade belt.
It
was great. It was great.
Did he bring me a souvenir? No, he's wearing it. So
we just got these this season. They didn't give these last season. They ain't won yet. Yeah.
I wanted to go to that game though when you got those too.
You know they've done this like 4 times now.
They had to.
Yeah.
But people are selling them on eBay. You can get them on eBay for like $100.
The funny thing is, I'm in a Astros fan group. Not the one that our friend runs. I think you're in that one.
Oh, the Astros buddies.
Not the buddies. It's another one. It's a local one. And there was this lady who went to the first. I think she was a lady. She went to the first game, and she like racked up. I don't know how, but she got like 10 or 20 of these little. They're not that cheap. They're pretty fancy looking replica rings.
They're nice.
Yeah, this is the best replica ring I've ever seen. But she must have got like 10 or 20 of them, and then she got on there bragging, saying, "I'll sell them to you for $70 a piece."
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
Yeah, and people were like, "Oh, no. No way in heck." And like, how did you get these? What did you do? That's not fair. This and that and this, right?
Yeah.
And then it was so funny because somebody was arguing with her saying, "Oh, I saw this ad on Facebook. I can get them for like $20." She's like, "Well, it's not the same one that you got at the stadium." And then like a week later, after she's all talking that trash, the Astros announced they're going to give them away like 3 more times in the season. So all the money she spent on the tickets to try to sell these for like $70 just thrown out the window.
Man. What are they going for now?
I don't know.
Eventually, she's going to make her money back on those if she holds on to them.
Probably.
I mean, she'll get her money back.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a paperweight, man. It's
nice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weight to them.
Yeah.
All right, come on. What's our picks?
Okay.
What we got?
Well, start with the American League because that's where the Astros are at. For me, I say the Red Sox take the East. They're playing like 700 ball right now.
If the season ended next week, absolutely, I would give you that hands down. I'm not going to rule out the Yankees. You can't rule out the Yankees. I mean, I'm from Texas. Anybody who lives north of I-20 is a Yankee as far as I'm concerned. But when it comes to the baseball world, you never bet against the Yankees. And they're only 6 games back, I think, something like that. So, I mean, it's not like it's the Yankees.
Yeah, but we're waiting to see how Judge comes back from his broken wrist.
For sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Boston, like I said, if it ended now, and that's before Judge gets back, and if Judge comes back, I mean, there's no telling. I mean,
we'll
how
see.
strong is he going to be? You know, I mean, it's just a wrist injury. I mean, they could be. They just got him probably on the DL just so he can rest until.
No, it's broken. He got hit by a pitch.
Did he really?
Yeah, in late July. Well, Correa came back last season. He had like a broken thumb. He had a broken bone in his thumb, so he came back, and you saw how he did in the playoffs. So yeah,
I can see it. I mean, Boston or New York, for sure.
For sure. One of those two teams is going to win. The Central Division. Cleveland. There's no way. They probably have a double-digit lead by the end of this month.
They're 8 up now in their division or something like that? 8 to 10?
Something like that, yeah.
I don't know.
And they're the only team with a winning record in the division, so there's...
Yeah, I mean, out of default, they're going to win that division.
Yeah, there's no way. Yeah. There's no way. The West.
Houston.
For sure.
Hands down.
Houston. By how many games?
Ooh, 8 games. And I say that because if I was to say they're going to win by 12 games, everyone would look at me like, God, dude, he's only, that's it. About 8 games.
Well, last season they won by like 20.
I know.
But this year the Mariners and the A's are doing pretty good. They're hanging in there. It's a tight race. It's a tight race.
I mean, it's a lot closer than I expected it to be. But I mean, like I said, it's still early, and it's Astros.
It's definitely the closest division. Well, that's how it's been the last few years. I think every year, maybe the Rangers won it 2 years in a row recently, but every year it's been a different team.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't want them to have to play for the wild card.
No,
Houston, no. I mean, and I don't expect them to have to play for the wild card. So I'm
especially since we're talking about wild cards. It's either going to be the Yankees or the Red Sox with that wild card spot.
Yep.
Of course, I picked the Boston to win the division, so Yankees are my number one wild card spot.
I've got Boston.
You've got Boston,
That's my pick.
So we're flipping it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second wild card, I'm going with Seattle.
Seattle's good. I mean, Seattle or Oakland.
So who you got? You got Seattle or Oakland?
I have to go with Seattle too. I mean, it's gonna. I mean, I don't know, man. The wild card is so iffy because the whole mentality changes when you get into the wild card race. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's it's make or break. I mean, that's it. So I don't know. You never know how somebody. It's like how somebody's postseason abilities are going to come to light. Never know who's going to be the sleeper on what team, and never know what rookie's just going to pull something out. First postseason or something. So I don't know. For the wild card, it's hard.
Yeah, and the thing is, the Astros, the A's, and the Mariners all have a lot of games towards the end of the season.
With each other.
Right? Yeah, with each other. So they're gonna bounce it out. Same thing's happening with Cleveland. The reason why they're gonna run away, they still got their division rivals to play. It's probably Central's done. It's done.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the National League.
Used to be the only league I cared about, and now I couldn't even tell you.
I don't watch a lot of National League anymore.
There's no reason.
No. So I got the Phillies taking the East.
Okay.
Mainly because the only other contender in that division is my gut pick for a wild card spot. We'll get to that. Who do you got in the East?
I don't know. Astros. I told you, bro. I don't watch the National League, so I don't know. I mean, you say the Phillies got it.
Phillies or the Braves are the ones that are going to take it.
I mean, I like the Braves because they were our rivals for so long. So again, I'm everything that I'm basing my National League answers on are from when we were in the National League. So I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not as big a fan as I used to be, I guess, but
then let's go back to the National League Central Division, their old division.
Okay.
I got the Cubs.
I can see the Cubs pulling it out. I can see that. I mean, it's I don't know.
Well, they made it to the NLCS last year. They won the World Series the year before that. They're still contending. I don't know how much more time they have left. But
did they make any moves this season?
Probably, but just like you, I haven't kept up with the National League as much.
No, I haven't been. I have no idea.
All right, moving on to the West.
I saw your pick, Arizona. I would agree with that pick.
You don't think the Dodgers will take it?
I mean, they'd be the only ones that could, but I think Arizona will pull it out.
I think everybody's expecting the Dodgers, but I think Arizona pulls it out in the end. I think they'll go down to the last series of the season that they play each other, and my family in Arizona will be happy to hear that.
You picked Arizona?
I picked Arizona to win the West, yeah.
All right, I can see that. Yeah, I agree with that pick.
Okay. All right. Wild card. National League wild card.
National League wild card. Okay, let me see.
I'll let you tell me your first pick.
Yeah, I mean you pretty much nailed these. I mean, because like I said, Atlanta. I've got to go with Atlanta. I mean, they're the Braves. I'm used to seeing them play. I like the Braves. I like to watch them play. But that would be the only reason. I mean, I couldn't tell you, who is hitting for them right now or anything. I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, I like the Braves and I like the Dodgers also. I mean, those are the two teams that I hear the most about.
Yeah.
With the most good news.
I think the Dodgers will pull out the first wild card spot. I think they barely just miss out winning the West. It's hard to come off of that World Series win. We know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they've had a late to late season resurgence, so I can't count on Arizona. I think Arizona.
162 games a season.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all you don't even. I mean, there's not that many games left, obviously, but it's with that long a season, anything can happen at any point in the season. You never know when somebody's going to hit a slump and go over 12 and just ruin 3 or 4 games for a club, and so you never know. It's so hard for me to make picks. Like I never understood how on ESPN they could just tell you these picks like all willy nilly. I mean, they obviously do more research than I've done, but they tell you these picks and then 2 weeks later they're going back on their word and be like, oh, I know I had said this team right, but now they suck. Now something had happened, and so it's hard for me to make picks because I don't know.
Well, you're
if
right.
I knew, I'd be in Vegas.
You're an injury away from your season going down the toilet.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
we'll talk about that in the NBA in a couple segments.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, so I've got Atlanta as my second wild card pick. I'll let you know further down in our picks why I think that.
Okay.
Strictly a gut feeling.
All right.
ALCS. You want to go first? You want me?
I mean, you Astros and Yankees. I mean,
it's a rematch.
Yeah, I mean, you picked it. I mean,
it's a rematch.
And you even said Astros in 6.
Astros in 6.
That's a good call, bro. I mean, I don't think I would change that. That's going to be a good series. I wish we could skip ahead to that series. So that's going to be a good series.
So my NLCS, Diamondbacks and Braves. No good reason, but a gut feeling.
Okay.
The reason why I think the Braves take it. Had a dream the other night.
Oh, God.
Astros swept the Braves in the World Series. And that's going to be my pick for World Series as well.
Astros in 4.
Astros in 4. Sweep the Braves.
Ooh.
The team they could not get past in the late 90s and early 2000s. How many times did the Braves beat them in the first round of the playoffs?
I know.
Until they finally beat the Braves. And what happened that year? Is that the year they lost to the Cardinals in the NLCS. But
yeah.
They made it.
I can see that though. I mean, I would love that to happen. I don't want to argue with you because that's such a great outcome for our team that I'm just going to agree with you. I mean, that would be amazing. I don't even care who the second team is. Astros versus whoever in 4. Astros win in 4.
Okay, then let me ask you this. So they won last year.
Mm-hmm.
If they make it to the World Series and they lose, does it hurt as much?
Ooh, does it hurt as much?
Yeah, does it hurt as much?
Like
as if they had never
Chicago, I guess the Chicago
yes.
World Series.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, for a diehard Astros fan, it's gonna hurt. I mean, if we lose the World Series, it's gonna hurt. If we get swept, it's gonna hurt worse than. No, I take that back. If we get swept, it's gonna hurt less than if we take it to 7 games and lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if we know from the beginning, all right, man, they're just not playing. It's gonna be bad. But if we fight it out, we make it to 7 games, and we lose in the 10th inning or something ridiculous.
Yeah. That's
gonna crush me. Like, yeah. I wouldn't say it's gonna hurt as much because we have won one finally.
Yeah.
So it's not. It won't hurt as bad, but
and it's most of the same guys, so it's not like.
Yeah. I mean, if they don't do it, then you got to think why. What happened. I mean. Did we get beat or did we beat ourselves? What did we do differently? I mean, we have a championship caliber team, obviously. So what was different? And besides, everyone's seen us play when they played us, so they know, how to play us. But
to tell you the truth, this group of guys, I think if they never ever won the game ever again, I don't think it would bother me.
I mean, it would bother me a little bit.
I don't think so. Maybe a new generation of players, that would. But this generation, they did it.
They've done their job.
Yeah. This almost makes me feel even worse about the 05 World Series, having seen them win in 2017.
Yeah.
I kind of feel even worse about the sweep in 05.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember being so excited in the NLCS and winning that and just that feeling, like the same feeling we had after the World Series last year. Just that great pride of our city kind of feeling, and then it was just all just crushed like under a thumb in the World Series. Like, no, you're not good enough yet. Good try, kind of thing. And it was the White Sox. I hate the White Sox.
Well, if you go back and look, most of the games were one-run games, so it could have easily been an Astros sweep.
It was bad. Yeah.
But after last year, I've seen all but one of my teams win a championship.
Yeah. And the other one? Who are you waiting for?
Waiting for the Rangers to win.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're gonna be waiting a minute.
I am. And they were one strike away twice.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Isn't that like the Titans 1 yard away? Wasn't that the Titans?
Oh, he was more than 1 yard. I remember that stretch. I was kind of conflicted about that game because I wasn't an Oilers fan. I wasn't.
Earl Campbell through and through, homie.
And so when they got down there to like they were like at the 10-yard line or something, maybe it was closer.
It was close. I mean, he got like to 2. He like went after he stretched.
Yeah.
But it was close.
And there was part of me I was like, I want them to win, but then I was like, screw them. I don't want them to win.
Right. Leave them in the middle of the night. Crazy.
Yeah. At least when the Cardinals beat the Rangers, Lance Berkman won. So that was that was cool.
That was good. Hunter Pence got his ring in for the Phillies when he left.
No, he got it with the Giants. He got like 2 rings with the Giants.
He didn't win with the Phillies? He didn't go to the Phillies?
No, Brad Lidge and Eric Bruntlett went to the Phillies. Yeah,
and he got his ring with the Phillies.
Yeah, Brad Lidge was like lights out after leaving here.
Yeah. I liked Lidge though.
No, he was good.
Now we got Giles?
Giles is gone. He got traded.
Good.
He got traded in July.
That's a good call.
Yeah, but there's a little controversy. There's a little controversy because the guy they traded him for came from the Blue Jays, and I think his name is Osuna, and he was suspended a lot this season for domestic violence.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
About what do you do with people with that kind of thing? It's not my job to judge, but it all depends on your GM and your head coach. Can you handle that much headache on your team?
Yeah.
Can your team handle that much headache when they come to your club, kind of thing? And if they can handle it, they can handle it. I don't know what the conversation was behind closed doors before he came to Houston.
That's a weird thing. Like, this is the organization that really tries to stay away from people with shady characters.
Yeah, and then they always have been.
Yeah.
Normally, they're always down home, good old boy kind of club. Roy Oswalt, Berkman, BGO, all these guys that are lifers and just good people. And then you don't hear very often where they come up with somebody that's got all this. It's more of a L.A., New York kind of situation.
He came from Canada, so I blame Canada.
We could blame Canada for a few things. Not a whole lot, but a couple of things.
All right, well, let's take a quick break. We're going to come back and talk about the NFL season. I'm looking forward to it. To be honest, after last baseball season, I didn't really pay attention to the last football season. I was still riding that high from the Astros.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I completely missed out on at least the first half and most of the end of it.
We didn't miss much.
No, there were some good playoff games. I didn't watch the playoffs.
No, I'm talking you're talking about the first half of the season.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't miss a whole lot.
Yeah, let's hold that off. Let's come right back, talk more about the NFL.
Femme Fatale is the fully equipped boutique-style gym and fitness club that is taking a new and innovative approach to women's health and fitness. Our main goal is to provide a comfortable and completely judgment-free venue for women of all ages and fitness levels to come exercise and feel like a positive, fit family. We understand the busy lifestyle of today's women, so we also provide 30 minutes to 1 hour fitness classes, including the newest trends like boot camps, yoga, and body bar. We also offer a break room for school-aged children to hang out, as well as a tanning bed and sauna. We are located at 689 FM 517 West in Dickinson, Texas, and our phone number is 281-678-8037. Mention the Libra Lounge and get $10 off your initiation fee. We look forward to growing our fit family with you.
Hey folks, have you thought about having your own podcast but are worried it's too expensive or too hard to produce? Well, you're in luck. Pink Phoenix Media, the company that's brought you such shows as the Libra Lounge with Keisha, Going Deep with Leon and Keisha, and our brand new show, the Manticore Media Podcast, is here to offer you the chance to have your own podcast professionally recorded, produced, and broadcasted. We offer very affordable rates, flexible schedule, and everything you need to make your media dreams come true. Check us out and email us at sales@pinkphoenixmedia.net.
Welcome back to the Manticore Media Podcast. Michael Navarro.
JC again.
So we're going to talk about the NFL because we got football for the rest of the year.
No, I'm excited about that. That's a true statement.
Well, you shouldn't be because you're a Texans fan.
I am a Texans fan. If we can stay healthy, maybe we'll, make it to the playoffs.
Let's save the AFC for the last one because I know we're going to butt heads on this NFC division winners right here.
Probably.
Yeah. For the North, I'm going with the Packers. I don't think the Vikings come back. The Vikings moved on from Sam Bradford, Teddy Bridgewater, and Case Keenum. They moved on from all three of their quarterbacks from last season. They're not going to – they got a draft pick now. Big deal, He's a young dude. He's got to learn. It ain't happening. Aaron Rodgers is back. He's healthy. Well, they say he's a bad man.
He's pretty bad.
All right.
I can agree with the Green Bay pick. Green Bay is another one of those teams that you never rule out. Especially with Aaron Rodgers behind center. He's one of those things that, I wouldn't put him in the GOAT category with Brady or anything like that, but he's one that I would draft in a fantasy league. You know what I mean? Aaron Rodgers is one of those folks that you can depend on. He's sturdy kind of guy.
And you probably do draft him over Brady in fantasy, don't you? His stats probably.
He does get some points.
Yeah.
He does get some points,
Yeah. So for the South, it's a toss-up. Carolina Panthers, New Orleans Saints.
I'm going to go Saints.
You're going Saints? I got to apologize to my in-laws because I'm going with Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Drew Brees, dude's getting old.
He's old.
Okay. He might take a step back.
He's a bad man, though.
They were almost there last year. They only lost to the Vikings because of that little trick play that Case Keenum pulled out. Really is the fault of the defender for diving at the dude, not wrapping him up.
Yeah, that's true. What is the deal with that lately? Everyone seems to try to hit like that nowadays.
Are they scared? Or?
I know. We used to get reamed. If we hit somebody like that in high school or even Pee Wee in Texas, you don't hit like that. You don't put your arms around somebody. You try to one-arm tackle somebody. You were running for days, it seemed like.
Maybe they went to the Deion Sanders school of defense.
That's true. Just knock the ball loose.
And another reason I think Carolina's going to win is Norv Turner is their offensive coordinator now, and I think he's going to make a comeback. I think he's like your Wade Phillips. He'll relocate every few years, and he'll be really good at first, and people will figure him out. But I think it's Norv's turn.
I can see that. I wouldn't be disappointed with that. He's a hell of a coach.
Yeah,
for sure.
NFC East.
I know who you're picking.
You know my pick.
I do.
Who's your pick?
I'm gonna just to piss you off. I'm gonna pick the Eagles. Just to piss you off, and I have no idea. And my brother will appreciate that. He's an Eagles fan, but I don't know.
Super Bowl slump.
I'm just not a Cowboys fan.
Super Bowl slump. Let me tell you why. My name is Nick Foles. I was a Super Bowl MVP. You're telling me I'm going to ride the bench? Oh, okay, no. I'm gonna play the first couple games because Carson Wentz is still hurt, and then you're gonna pull me out and put him in. Yeah, I know he got me to the show, but I finished it. He couldn't hang.
You don't think if he plays hard in those games, he can keep his job, or you think it's automatically?
I think regardless of what happens, there's still gonna be controversy. Somebody's not gonna be happy, and
they're all millionaire crybabies. They make so much money doing what they do. He's gonna make just as much money sitting on the bench as he would playing. It's got to be about the team, right? I don't think that any of them feel that way. It's all about ego in professional sports, but whatever's best for the team.
Super Bowl MVP, man.
Okay.
You want to?
How many games did he win to get him to the Super Bowl?
He won the playoffs. That's all that matters. It don't matter how many regular season games because I don't remember. It was at least 2 or 3.
Because you don't remember.
I don't remember.
It doesn't matter because you don't remember.
No, it doesn't matter because he got him to the Super Bowl. He led him through the playoffs. Carson Wentz wasn't there for the playoffs.
Yeah, but without getting to the playoffs, you don't get to do any of that. So
true.
Anybody that says the regular season doesn't matter is bullshit.
No.
You can't say that. Sorry. I can't say that. No. I won't say it again. But you can't say that.
You're right. But he got you to the Super Bowl. How do you know he wasn't going to get you there regardless of when he started? You going to bench George Springer?
So you're basing your pick on what you think he might be feeling at the time?
Yeah. Because I know I'd be feeling that way.
Okay. We'll see.
Because this is his second go-around with the Eagles. He's not getting this big multi-million-dollar deal.
All right, we'll see. As long as somebody beats the Cowboys, I'm all right with it.
Nobody's going to beat the Cowboys. Cowboys are coming back. Let me tell you why.
Because Romo's gone.
No. Don't. Romo was a good quarterback. Don't give me that.
All right.
Okay. I don't like Colin Cowherd at all. But I heard him the other day, and he made a good point. He showed the record that the Cowboys have when they have a healthy quarterback, and it's like 700% win percentage.
Okay.
They win when they have a healthy quarterback. They're going to have a healthy quarterback this year.
For how long?
For the whole season. I'm not predicting they're winning the Super Bowl. I'm not predicting that. I know they're not going to win the Super Bowl, but they're going to hang. They're going to win the division.
Okay. Do you make it past the first round of playoffs?
We'll see when we pick the winners.
All right, we'll see.
Let's wrap it up in the West. I think Seattle's done. Sherman's gone.
Yeah,
they're busted up. I don't see them winning the division. I don't even think they're going to make the playoffs. I think the Rams repeat. I think.
You don't think the 49ers will?
With Jimmy Garoppolo, I think they'll give them a run for their money. Maybe they'll barely.
I don't know. It's gonna be a close division.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see.
It's probably going to be the weakest division in the NFC.
Yeah.
But yeah, I give it to the Rams. Maybe the 49ers in a couple years. I think Seattle's done. I don't see them.
Yeah, I agree. Seattle won't. They won't even make a showing. I doubt they'll even make the wild card.
No. Ready to move on to the AFC?
Yep, I guess.
All right, let's start out in the North. I know you had something to say about Pittsburgh.
Well, I mean, I just don't know what the deal is with Le'Veon Bell. Like I said, I haven't been keeping up with it, so I don't know if he signed his contract. What's his attitude with them not giving the deal he wanted? How's he going to play? It's going to be a contract year. Again, millionaires and their attitudes can determine a whole season for a team, especially someone as heavily weighted as Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, all the praise that he's been getting is greatest running back in the league, and for good reason. You know, I mean, he's a beast, but when it comes to these people money, it's what are they going to do? What are they not going to do if they're getting or not getting their money?
Yeah, because I think he got the franchise tag.
Yeah, they did. They franchised him and then still didn't give him the deal he wanted. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how's he going to play?
Either way,
his ego's bruised.
Yeah. But you think he's a Patriot next season?
Oh, not.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely last season you're going to have Brown, Bell, and Roethlisberger on the same team,
and they're going to make a run because of that.
Yeah, I don't even know that Roethlisberger comes back next season because he was supposed to retire before this season.
It was like 2 seasons ago, right? He was going to retire.
I think it was maybe so. Yeah. I'll let you go.
Brady, there's talks all the time. You know, he's going to retire. This is it.
I'll tell you about that when we get to the East. I know you want to talk about the South.
I mean, I gotta say, the Texans are gonna win, right? I have to because I'm a Houston fan through and through. True blue Houston fan. It doesn't matter what kind of argument. You're not gonna change my mind. I'm like one of those memes.
Not gonna happen.
The Texans are gonna win it. Change my mind.
Not gonna do it.
Can't do it.
Ain't gonna happen. Andrew Luck is back.
I don't care.
Colts take it.
J.J. Watt breaks his hand in the first game they play together.
Okay. Well, before we even talk about that,
before J.J. Watt gets hurt, in the next game.
before the Texans still have to get past Jacksonville.
Okay.
Last year's division winner.
Absolutely.
So, at best, they're third. Okay. So say Watson comes back and he's healthy.
Okay.
Okay. JJ's back and he's healthy.
Okay.
What if JJ isn't healthy? What's going to happen? They're done.
I mean, we haven't had a season where he was healthy the whole season since he got there. I mean, maybe the first or second season, but that was it. I mean, he's been hurt almost every season. He's missed time every season, and it's hit or miss. You never know how they're going to respond. But if Watson can stay healthy and come back with his caliber behind center, I mean, I think it's just putting the pieces together.
And you don't think
our issue has always been offense.
Not always.
We can't score points. We can't finish games on offense.
And you don't think he has the sophomore slump?
I don't think so because he didn't get to play his freshman year.
So what, not enough tape?
There's not enough tape. You know what I mean? I mean, no one knows. I mean, they know he's fast. They know he's mobile. They know he's got an arm. But they didn't see him enough to know, what he does, how he does it. So I think he's okay this season.
Okay, so
next season will be a different question. You asked me about next season.
So if JJ goes down, is that it for him? Is he done? If he doesn't make it through the whole season, I'm not talking about a sprain or something. I'm talking about a season-ending injury. Is he coming back? Is he done?
I don't think he'll come back to Houston. I think that he's still got enough value to where they can trade or get something for him if he's able to get healthy and come back. And it hurts me to say that, Houston fans. It hurts me to say that because he is my boy, right? And I want to see him here for his career. That would be amazing. But if he gets hurt again, then it wouldn't crush me to see him move on. I mean, I want people that are going to stay healthy. And the only reason he gets hurt is because he plays so hard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he is 90-0 from whistle to whistle, and he's so intense when he plays, and I love having that on the field for our team. But I mean, if he can't figure out how to play that hard and stay healthy, then if we're gonna have him 6 games a season, what's the point? You know what I mean? So I don't know.
All right. So who takes the West? Another crappy division. You got Arizona. You got Kansas City, you got the Chargers, who are in LA now, and you got Denver.
I don't know. That's a coin toss for me, bro. It doesn't even. I don't know. I don't care. To be honest with you,
I say Chargers because they got to win sometime, right? They got to win eventually.
They're due, right?
I mean, Crimea Rivers is not going to be around forever.
They're due. I mean, I mean, it's been since Rivers, right? And that, like, when they did anything is when Rivers was there.
He's still there. Yeah.
How old is he?
Yeah, he's not that old. I guess when Tomlinson was there, maybe this is the last time that they made it to the playoffs.
Oh, it's a bad man.
Yeah.
I like Tomlinson a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, they're due. So I mean, it would surprise me still if they won anything, but I can see why you picked them because they're due. Nobody else in that division is worth the name.
No.
So
move on to the wild card. And it started the NFC. Told you Panthers are going to win the South, so I've got the Saints as my first wild card spot.
I would be backwards.
And I've got 49ers as my second. You got 49ers as your first?
Yeah, it'd be 49ers and then the Saints.
You think Drew Brees takes a big enough step backwards that Jimmy Garoppolo leads the 49ers to the first wild card spot?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I mean, that's just. I mean, I also think the Texans are going to win their division. So
that's
I mean,
true.
These are just my thoughts.
That's true. Yeah, I think 49ers are that team that usually there's a team that goes from worst to first. I don't think they go from worst to first, but they get pretty close.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Moving on to AFC. Wild card. You've got the Texans winning their division, so they're not your wild card.
That's right.
So that means that some team that's a lot better than Texans is going to win the wild card.
I think the Colts will win it.
You think the Colts win it?
Mm-hmm.
I got Jacksonville.
See that.
Jacksonville and Buffalo.
Jacksonville and Buffalo.
You got to love the lovable losers. Buffalo.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for Buffalo. I like Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly was a Houston Gambler. I got to see a Houston Gambler game when I was little. So I always liked Jim Kelly. As a Cowboys fan, I will say to all of you Buffalo fans out there that I will gladly sacrifice one of the Super Bowl wins of the Giants or the Redskins just so the Bills can get their Super Bowl win.
I mean, 4 in a row losing, right? 4 in a row. I mean, they need to win something.
All right, move on to the NFC Championship. I've got Packers and Panthers.
Packers and Panthers, huh? Oh, man.
Don't tell me you got Drew Brees again.
I don't know, man. Why not?
You got Drew Brees in there again?
I do. Why not have the Saints win it?
Saints and Packers?
Saints and Packers.
And you got
the Packers win it.
Okay.
Saints and Packers.
Okay.
Packers take it.
Okay. So I've got Packers and Panthers NFC Championship. I got the Panthers winning it. I think Panthers make it back to the Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah. To face the winner of the same old rerun Patriots and Steelers.
I don't see the Texans in there anywhere.
Yeah, because they're not.
Oh. Oh.
Just to get things straight, I do like the Texans. I do root for them.
Yeah. Still, I mean, AFC Championship, I have the Texans winning.
Are you serious?
Why not?
You got,
true blue diehard fan.
Who they
have I not got that across? I don't care.
You got them beating the Patriots?
Hell yeah.
Oh, you were smoking
Tom
some good
Brady.
stuff,
That's
man.
what I'm
Pass that
talking
over
about.
here. Because
Goat goes down.
I've got not the Patriots for the 475,000th time. I've got the Steelers and the Panthers in the Super Bowl, and I've got the Panthers taking it all.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Because you know why? I'm sick and tired of the Patriots. I don't hate them, but I'm sick and tired of it. Somebody made a deal with the devil. There is no denying that. If you want to find
Tom Brady's wife, I think it was him.
Yeah.
I think it was him.
If your proof that God exists is that there's an opposite of God, the devil's real because somebody in the Patriots organization signed a deal with him to make sure they always contend.
And they do. I mean, it's the.
It's the fluky stuff. That's the problem. That's what makes me think that.
Yeah.
The fluke. What's the Ford motion? What was that? The tuck rule.
Oh, the tuck rule, deflate gate, all these different things that happened with the Patriots.
Filming the Rams before the Super Bowl in their warm-ups.
Hey, I'd chalk that up to do whatever it takes to win. Rules, schmools.
And then the Falcons implosion. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Like there's some voodoo there.
Voodoo.
All right, so that's going to wrap up NFL.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break, come back.
Oh, Texans win the Super Bowl.
That's a good transition. Let's go to commercial because you can't top that.
That's right.
Now playing at the Comedy Showcase, J.C. Carroll.
If you're searching for a one-stop shop with amazing 100% virgin human hair extensions and healthy and sulfate-free styling products, we'll look no further because the Million Hairs has all of your top-of-the-line hair and hair care needs. Located in Texas City, the Million Hairs is a locally owned hair boutique. To check out their products, bundle deals, wigs, mink lashes, and more, visit them at 10000 Emmett F. Lowry Expressway, Suite 4000, Unit 200D, Texas City, Texas 77591. Or you can email them at info@themillionharris.com or call 843-800-2550, or you can check out their website at themillionharris.com. Don't forget to mention the Libra Lounge for a 20% discount. Use code LIBRA20.
And we're back with the Manticore Media Podcast. I'm Michael Navarro, joined with
JC.
Let's wrap this up. Talk a little bit about the NBA. Not too much. It just ended. Nobody cares anymore. It's like the Walking Dead of sports because it's been Golden State. How many years in a row?
30.
I don't even mind the aspect of LeBron going that many years in a row because that's interesting. That's one dude going between multiple teams. So that interests me. I like that. I think that's cool.
I was almost interested in this topic until you brought up the name LeBron. I've heard it so
many
times.
Why are you hating on LeBron,
It's not the fact that I'm hating him. He's a baller.
He is.
Don't get me wrong. Dude, you can ball. All right? Nobody is denying that. But if I have to hear your name one more time in the news, every 15 minutes is something about LeBron James.
Because he's the best player in the league, and he was a free agent. Went to L.A.
I don't care. Did he win MVP?
No, he did not. But you know what? You know why?
Well, he's not the best player.
No, he is because he should win it every year. It's like Game of Thrones.
How is it like Game of Thrones? It's nothing like Game of Thrones.
No. Hear me out here. Last episode, I gave the MVP award to This Is Us, right? Why? Because Game of Thrones wasn't around. But Game of Thrones, if they're in the game, they deserve to be there. It doesn't matter what they're up against. Same with LeBron. It's like the year that Karl Malone got the MVP instead of Jordan. You know, it's because they had to give it to somebody else. You can't give it to LeBron every year.
Well, I don't agree with you. I'm just so tired of hearing his name. I'm done. Who cares? I mean, yes, you're a baller, and yes, you're good. But when 40 minutes of a 60-minute episode of SportsCenter is dedicated to you and what you're planning on doing, and it's been like every time. You know, when he made his Miami to Cleveland decision, when he made his Cleveland to Miami decision, when he made his,
Because he's the best player in the world, the second greatest player of all time. Yes, that's going to happen. That has to happen. What else are you going to talk about? Teams were waiting to make their decisions based on where LeBron was going. That's how big of a deal it is.
I mean, I get it. It's fine. I get it. I don't want to argue with you about it.
No, you can change the channel.
I do. Hence the reason that I've really got nothing to say about the NBA. You know, the Rockets did what they did. So, I mean, I'm a Rockets fan. So,
I don't even, this makes me mad. I barely want to talk about the Rockets, okay? The Rockets are one game away from pretty much winning the finals.
Yeah.
One game away. They had 2 chances to win it. Yeah. What happened? Banking their threes. Couldn't hit them. Every time go ahead.
Well, I mean, that's what they do. I mean, for the longest time, they had the highest 3-point percentage shooting, in the league. I mean, that's what they did. Like 60% of their shots were from behind the arc. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they did. So if when they're running down the court in these fast breaks and they're hitting those threes, nobody's complaining about anything.
No.
They're like, oh, the Rockets are bad. They're hitting their threes. Da, da, da. But when they start bricking them, instead of being like, oh, come on, guys, make your shots. Everyone's like, oh, they need to take a more high percentage shot. They need to do this. They need to do that. But that's their game. They shoot threes.
Right, but not when they get a turnover. When they get a turnover, that's when you need to get those high probability shots. And they didn't do that, and that's why they lost. Had they hit half of those shots with just a 2-pointer, they'd have won. They'd have won the series. They'd have won in Game 6. But no.
I mean, you should put in your application to coach.
I don't want to be no coach.
I work for Tito. We can talk to him.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I might need him to talk about something else.
I'll see what's up.
I'm going to take you up on that. Yeah, so I don't know. Golden State, they just got Paul George, right? Not Paul George. They got I forgot his name. It doesn't matter because they're going to win again.
They are going to win.
It's ridiculous.
I don't even.
LeBron's Lakers aren't going to win. Not in the next couple of years.
Well, I mean, he only stays at a place for a couple of years, and then he's got to get back in the news, so he'll go somewhere else. So he might be in the Rockets in 3 years. You don't know.
No, he should have been in the Rockets this year.
You think?
They'd have won. Yes,
of course they would have won. Of
course they would have won if
he
came
to Houston. It might have been a little something
Yeah.
different.
Look, okay, I saw LeBron coming to LA from a mile away. There was only a slim sliver of me that thought, oh, he's going to come to the Rockets. He's going to come. But here's the thing, okay? Spring Hill Entertainment, that's his production company with his homeboy Maverick, what's his name? Maverick Carter. Okay. Maverick Carter, okay? So they got, what did they produce? They're doing the new Space Jam 2, starring LeBron. I don't know if it's a reboot or if it's a whole completely new story that's going to continue. I don't know what's going to happen.
We got the Looney Tunes?
Yeah, it's Space Jam 2, starring LeBron as the Michael Jordan.
He's trying hard. He wants to be Jordan so bad.
He's doing a House Party remake. His company is.
With Kid and Play?
I don't think Kid and Play is going to be around.
I won't even watch it.
He's a producer of The Wall, if you know that game show on NBC.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Hardwick. Well, I don't know what's going on because Chris Hardwick is the host, so I was kind of up in limbo. He's coming back to AMC's Talking Dead.
Well, once one of them lets him back in, then it's okay for everyone else to let him back in.
We'll see what happens.
I hope. Because I like him. He's cool.
Yeah. He's got all kinds of properties in LA.
I don't care.
You knew it was happening.
If you were on the TV, I would have already changed the channel, bro. Click. Quit talking about him. I'm done. I don't care. He can stay in LA for the rest of his career. He can go anywhere. If he comes to Houston, we can talk about him again. Other than that, I don't care.
He's not coming.
I don't care then.
So you're gonna change your mind just because the guy you can't stand is coming to Houston.
I am a Houston fan.
Right.
That's the only time it affects me is if he comes to Houston. Other than that, I don't care.
So you're a bandwagoner then?
Not a bandwagon. I'm a Houston
LeBron
fan.
Bandwagon if he comes to Houston?
Absolutely not. If he comes here and performs and he stays for a number of seasons and becomes part of Houston, then I could change my opinion about him. But right now, he's too much of a celebrity for me as a ball player.
That's the way
I want to see athletes be athletes, celebrities be celebrities, politicians be politicians. That's what I want to see.
Not going to happen. Not in this day
and age. No, absolutely not. And hence the reason in 5 years I will be living in the woods. In my bunker. Nobody knows.
Taxman will come for you.
The demons of television, man. What they turn us into. Different topic altogether, different show. We don't want to get into that right now.
Let's wrap it up then.
All right, well, tell everybody this story with your lies.
No, this is an absolutely, positively true story.
Remember the thing?
Fire. No. Here's going to be a recurring theme. So there were some adult beverages involved with JC.
If you know me for longer than a year,
it was probably about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning at my house. We were probably in college age.
Okay. So far, I agree with everything you said.
I walk into my kitchen And I see JC.
Okay, hold on. Before you go any further in the story, this guy collects everything. Okay,
this is not my collection, though.
Okay,
not my collection.
A collection of everything.
Just what he said there should have clued him in. Walk into my kitchen. JC's got his hat turned sideways, slumped over the table.
He told you already.
Eating some Corn Flakes. Just chowing down on this Corn Flakes. He's like, oh, what? I walk in. I'm like, dude, where did you get those Corn Flakes from?
Out of the pantry in the kitchen.
Out of the very top shelf of the pantry in the kitchen. This was like 2001, 2002. On the box was Nolan Ryan, who retired from baseball in 1994.
Okay, for us normal-sized people, the top shelf is really not that high. Okay, I keep the cereal on the top shelf in my house too.
Yeah.
It's Corn Flakes.
Except the cereal is on the second shelf. Up top is a Nolan Ryan box and some Tupperware and some bags. Okay.
In your house, was there not a room dedicated to your collection? Okay, where all your sports stuff, all your toys, all that stuff was.
You're missing the part of the story. This was not my box. This was my dad's box.
Still,
he's hearing this for the first time now.
This with you on camera.
He's hearing this for the first time. He's never heard this story. Nobody knows. Yes, JC opens my dad's 15-year-old box of Nolan Ryan branded Corn Flakes, and he's eating these 10-year-old Corn Flakes. He's chowing down, having a good time, yum, 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 till I say, dude, those are 15-year-old Corn Flakes. That's when he decides to stop and go, oh, and he doesn't finish the bowl.
That's how you're gonna end that story?
Yeah.
That I didn't finish the bowl of 15-year-old Corn Flakes?
You ate half the bowl.
You think that sounds worse than me finishing the box of 15-year-old Corn Flakes?
Well, if you're going to start, you might as well. If you're going to ruin the box and open the bag, you might as well finish it.
I mean, he played it lightly how he came into the room.
No, I did. It's a 15-year-old bag of Corn Flakes with Nolan Ryan on the cover. Something should clue you in and say, hey, Nolan Ryan, ain't he dead? You know, come on.
You would have thought that I had done opened like toxic waste in your kitchen, dude. Like the whole world had ended about these Corn Flakes that you had in the pantry next to the other cereal.
No, not against the cereal. The very top shelf.
All right, this has been great.
So now you're admitting that you did open it and eat it. Because just like 5 minutes ago, you're like, I didn't do that. That wouldn't be.
Do you want me to call who actually did it? I can get them on the phone right here.
It's probably past their bedtime.
You're probably right. But it wasn't me that opened the Corn Flakes. Mm-hmm. I might have reached them off the top shelf for her.
Okay.
I didn't open them. All right, I'm done talking about this. Next time I'll have a story about him.
Bring it on.
Okay. El Nino, keeper of the cake. Go ahead. This has been great.
JC is not coming back again until he replaces that box of Nolan Ryan Corn Flakes. Go on eBay, find them.
We glue it shut. I think we glued the bag shut so you can
glued the bag shut. And glued the box closed.
Still worth the same amount of money. You're fine.
Good times.
Good times.
All right. Thanks for coming back.
Absolutely, buddy.
See you next time.
All right, man. See you next time.
Thanks a lot. See you next time. Manticore Media Podcast. I'm Michael Navarro.
JC.
We'll see you.